The latest labor report from the Ghana Statistical Service has revealed an alarming trend in the country's job market. The report states that close to 2 million people were unemployed by the third quarter of 2022. The report also found that 2 out of every 3 people who were employed during the period were in vulnerable employment. Moreover, the report showed that Ghana's push towards industrialization is being hindered as over 200,000 people who were previously employed in the industry sector transitioned to agriculture and service sectors in the first quarter. It also highlighted that the transition from informal employment to unemployment was 5 times more common than the movement from formal employment into unemployment. The number of people who were unemployed and multidimensionally poor remained at an average of over 600,000 across the 3 quarters. At the launch of the report, government statistician Professor Samuel Kobna-Enim stressed the need for immediate policy action and initiatives to address the unemployment problem.
Let us not look at this labor statistics report in isolation. The ministry, in collaboration with the service, is going to roll out a qualification and skills mismatch survey. I did also indicate that we have started some interventions in the area of what is work, in the area of what is labor productivity, in the area of earnings inequalities. Until we bring all these things together, it will be too early in the day once again to conclude that we are not equipping people with the requisite skills. There are serious data gaps in terms of what are the skills that are required from the demand side and the supply side. And that is why we are collaborating with the ministry to ensure that we can get that. If we get that, we superimpose it on this, it gives us a better understanding on some basic things. How many doctors do we need? How many economists do we need? How many statisticians do we need? As a country, we are struggling with these basic statistics. And that is why we need to look at all these surveys from a holistic point of view.
He also called for a deep reflection on the industrialization agenda, noting that the sector is losing workforce to the agriculture and service sectors.
Out of the industry sector, specifically we see about 96,939 persons moving from the industry sector to the agriculture sector. And we also see another 120,018 people moving from the industry sector to the agriculture sector. If you put these two figures together, you have in excess 216,000 people that are moving out of the industry sector to either the agricultural sector or the services sector. The reverse is not a case of people moving from the services sector to either industry or agric, and from agric to either industry or services. This really calls for a reflection of our industrialization agenda, given that we are losing people from the industry sector to the agric and the services sector. So in the report, we say that agric makes a net gain of 54,000 from the industry and services sector. And the services makes a net gain of 38,000. So they are absorbing people from the industry sectors. So these are the two sectors that are making the gains. And this calls for our careful attention.